love tabletop RPGs and want to help shape a brand new system, then let me tell you about Legend Seeker and how you can support its development while getting some awesome perks. By subscribing to our Legendary tier on YouTube or becoming a paid member on our Discord or Patreon, you'll get early access to all Legend Seeker lore and mechanics. This means you'll be among the first to dive into the world of Legend Seeker and give direct feedback that will help shape the game. But that's not all. Supporters will also be the first to playtest the system and will get exclusive invites to private streams where we discuss the game in detail. Your input will play a huge role in making Legend Seeker the best that it can be. Now, for those of you who love watching our tabletop role-playing game shows, supporting Legend Seeker comes with some fun bonuses for the casts. Here's how it works. If you are a Copper or Common member on Discord or Patreon, you can give a $20 benefit to a player of your choice. Silver and Uncommon members can give 2 benefits to 2 players of your choice. If you go the YouTube route, you can give a $50 benefit to a player of your choice. And for the ultimate support, Gold and Mythic members on Discord and Patreon give a $20 benefit to 3 players of your choice. You can choose from all casts across Moonskull. Every bit of support goes directly towards making Legend Seeker a reality. It helps fund the art, writing, editing, and eventual publishing of the game. So, if you want to be a part of this journey and support our shows, join our Legendary tier on YouTube or become a member on Discord or Patreon. We couldn't do it without you, and we're excited to build Legend Seeker together. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the game.
Excuse me. I am clearing my throat to start off. Hi, I'm Frost. I'm having some coffee. And no, this doesn't have any hot sauce in it because I forgot to put hot sauce in it. And I drank almost the whole cup and realized, this coffee was kind of boring. Now I know why. It's still a pretty good cup of coffee, though. Anyway, I'm Frost, and you're here for Frost Written. Not for me drinking coffee, not for me talking about goat head food. Maybe you are, I don't know. If you are, we'll talk about recipes later. And we'll get some more of that in there because I'm still trying to get more food references to these cultures and other things that make the cultures very intriguing to people. Anyway, enough of that. I am currently working on revamping the beginning of the archive section in here where it's talking about all the different kingdoms and using the words that are going to make the most sense to people. I forgot how broad the idea of a sovereign state is. Because what I'm saying, this is going to list all the kingdoms. I'm like, well, they're not all kingdoms. Some are empires. Well, some of them aren't even empires. Some are warlords. Some are this. I'm like, what's a good political term for anything like that? I'm like, we'll just call them sovereign states for now. Because they can be small. They can be big. But they're all their own entity. And so, yeah, I'm playing around with that right now. Explaining how the entries work, how you read them, all that fun stuff. Boring, he says. All right. And right when I start streaming, I hear squeak, 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 squeak against the patio glass door, which is the cats sitting there with their slightly wet, snowy paws, sitting on the heating mat, squeaking on the door like, "Oh, let us in, sir," while they sit on a heated mat after they just got fed. While their brothers and sisters are like laying on the bed upstairs or on the couch just snoring. You can go inside, kitties. Where was I here? Review. Right, there we go. Okay. You know what I didn't check today? Oh yeah, they're having a good old time. Calvino and Benji will, for whatever reason, they'll chase each other around a bit here and there throughout the other parts of the year. Like Benji will run up a tree and Calvino will half-heartedly kind of sort of go up the tree after him, halfway, and then hop down. In the snow, Benji will start bouncing, like hopping around, doing stuff and like playing with it. And all of a sudden, Calvino will just come out of nowhere, barreling towards him like, I'm gonna eat you. And then they'll run off in the woods and play. They just love playing in the snow. Kibble walks through it like she's wearing ballerina slippers. But she doesn't want to go inside. She loves sitting outside in the snow. She'll get snow all over and she'll just loaf up and just sit there and be like, this is perfect. But walking on it in her paws, not interested. So she sleeps on the heat mats a lot. Charlie usually sits up somewhere high and watches everybody be idiots. And Wolfie just participates wherever when he runs around out there. When some of the other cats are out there, it just turns into a, let's go into the woods. And they just run in a pack into the woods. I'm like, oh gosh, poor woodland creatures. Oh well. Anyway, sorry, I was checking something here. And I'll mute that tab. We'll get back here. We'll get over here. There we go. We got a Legend Seeker. I'm going over the... All right. Okay. Good. Got that all figured out. All right. Brother's cat Tiger is an indoor cat. Ah, okay. You're late, Jensen. You're late. Grocery shopping at the best grocery store, H-E-B. So, I don't understand the cult-like association with H-E-B. I've been to them. Their grocery store. Nice grocery store. It is almost vacation time. In fact, today is... I just finished a meeting, and I told everybody, okay, this is my last day of work this year. I'm off until the 6th of January. That reminds me. I'm gonna make sure. Sorry, I'm gonna finish typing this note before I forget. I gotta make sure that I change my. Okay, there we go. I have to update my message in Slack and other things, so I have my time off listed in there because other people don't pay attention for whatever reason, and sometimes they'll just message me anyway. So yeah. All right, let's see. Where did I put my notes on this country? Oh, why is this not in dark mode? Ah! Okay, that helps. All right. And, all right, let's paste. Well, actually, I don't want to paste that entry. I'm going to rewrite this. Anyway, I'm going to catch up to the chat here. Let's see. Cat Tigers into our cat. Shame on you, don't let it happen again. Interesting. In my chat, everything, when I put this into dark mode, everybody goes into gray. So nobody has a colored name anymore. Interesting. Anyway, let's see. What kinds of characters are the bitch characters going to make? Frosted's tolerate who that armor makes me invisible to anyone else. Interesting. Oh, wait, what are you asking about? Letters in an order. H-E-B. It's the name of the guy. It's like Butt. Something Butt, isn't it? Or Butts. I think the guy's name is Butts. and I think they called it HEB because that's his initials or something. Unless I was told that and the people were lying to me back in the day. Hello, Moth. We're talking about stuff. Best produce, they literally get first dibs. The price, they're cheaper on most things than anyone else, and they clean and always have enough people checking you out. So those are all awesome things. I love them. I went to a Winn-Dixie in, I want to say it was in Gulf Shores, but it could have been Fort Morgan. Well, actually, Fort Morgan is in Gulf Shores. It was right around Gulf Shores, Alabama, and there was a Winn-Dixie we went to. And it reminded me of the grocery stores back when I was a kid in the 80s and 70s. It was a little dated inside, but everything was spotless. Everybody was polite and well-behaved. Everybody was saying, yes, sir, yes, ma'am, and everything. And it was just phenomenal. And they had great produce, too. So I like that. Though I've heard that there are other Winn-Dixies that are, you don't want to go into them. Howard something. All I remember is the last name was Butt, or Butts. It's quite a name. I mean, it's not cool like, you know, Chrysanth or Moss or something like that. But it is a name. All right, we're going over the, like I said, the in the Godlands archive, I'm going over the entry delineation, how it explains basically how you read the entries, what kind of information you're being given. During. Okay. Further entries are devoted to we'll go with NPCs. There we go. Boop, boop, boop. You hurt a feline named Vijay. Oh no. I just read what you did to hurt him. Oh, nice. Good job. Bam! Shot to the heart. Was his name Seymour? I don't know what that's in reference to, Gino, but I'm scared. Feed me, Seymour. Moss, what are you up to this evening? I guess I was gonna say fine evening, but maybe it's not fine. I don't know what it's like over by you. It's snowy here, but now it's kind of freezing into ice. So it's an evening-ish. Oh, the Butts guy. Oh, Seymour Butts. No, I think his name was Harold or Howard something Butts. That's why it's HEB for the store. Fine, I won't give you any puns. Oh, no. No more puns? What are we going to do? Live our lives happily. Maybe. Barely snows here. Wherever you are. Got about 3.5 inches here today. Quite unexpectedly. And it is now... It says it is 37, feels like 34, and it's now giving me the rain icons, so great. Not fine, freaking cold, getting ready to hit the gym again. Lucky for the chat, I've had no pre-workout. Woo! So let me ask a question that'll get you laughing at me. When I do any weightlifting and stuff, I literally just do it to keep my muscles moving. What does pre-workout do? What is it for? Is it energy? Or is it something else? Because I don't know these things. I've never done that stuff. You know, like the cool kids. Metric boatload of energy. Oh. Okay, energy and protein. Oh, all right. Got it. Look at you people knowing things. Is there post-workout drinks too? Or is that just when you take the cocaine? I just honestly don't know where cocaine fits in the workout. I don't know. A lot of people tell me after they work out they feel really excited and good and they got that workout high. I just assumed it was drug related. You're supposed to warm up and cool down. Don't look at me, I don't exercise. Okay, fine, you're off the hook. They're more for recovery. Oh. Never had a workout high. Cologne and such. You put cologne on afterwards? All right. I've never had a workout high either. Usually after a workout, I'm like, wow, I'm tired. I don't know. My chemistry just must not be geared towards it, or I was never doing it right. I don't know. I mean, it's a sense of accomplishment. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. What other kind of entries do I have in here? I have entries about places. What would be a word for that? What do you call that? What do you... My brain just shorted out here. I don't have a workout high. What is it? Product? Things that you create in your country. I'm trying to think products, but resources. It's not necessarily things. It's stuff you import from other places or export out of your place. But I'm failing to find the word that I want. I want to say product, but that doesn't sound right because it could be anything from a natural item to something they create. Maybe goods? Yeah, goods, commerce, trade goods. Post-workout is to replenish glycogen levels and give you a shot of protein. Okay. Oh, collagen, not cologne. I was like, collagen? Or cologne. I'm like, I guess if you smell bad. I'm not one to invest in high-dollar supplements. No dragon noodle soup. That's not it. Nope. I'm trying to find a good way to encapsulate all of, like, a couple of little segments about cultural details, like the things that they produce as a country or a kingdom or a city. So we'll go with that. We'll put a colon in there. See, look, colon came into it. The grammatical construct, not the body part. What would that be? This would be... Alright, so they'll include other cultural details such... I don't need a comma there, such as local goods, favorite foods, customs, and the like. Alright. Influence. Can I buy a vowel? Yes, it'll cost you... How much you got? 300? 300. We'll go 300. Foodstuffs, yummy. It's funny, I just looked over, I have a bunch of money sitting on my desk because I'm paying my plow guy. And I have his little contract, but I usually pay him in cash, even though we have a contract and he, you know, signs a stub and all that. He likes having the cash because he can use it for daily stuff and it's not a ton of money. But I went to the bank and I got like the money in hundreds, and I don't know why, but these $100 bills smell like perfume. I don't get it. They smell really, really floral. Is that something banks do, Moss? I've got a plow guy. Exactly. Not that kind, but that kind. Yeah, they smell like a woman's perfume. I don't get it. They're normal. They're normal bills. You can see through them and all that stuff. I don't know. It's hoe money. It's just money. Oh, I got some old and some new hundreds, I guess, or something. Oh no, they're all new. But yeah, it smells. I took them out of the little envelope and I was like, well, okay. Love letter to me. You've never handled perfumed cash? Well, I could have been a lady handling money because now it's on my hands too. I don't have anything to wipe my hands off on. Where's a cat when you need it? Dang it. Totally unrelated to all that. I see, my brain is in 15 different directions at once. Mr. Savage Talk, did you see that Rebirth Island is back in the playlists? So if you want to do resurgence over there, you can play over there. Just letting you know. Chat disconnected. Oh, that's fun. Successfully connected. All right. Whatever, chat. Bob's real good. He deserves to be paid for it. Oh, yeah, they cleaned that driveway right out. What are we talking about again? Is this workout stuff or? Well, this is usually for, because I completely forgot to pay him last year and he's so nice about it. He's like, oh yeah, by the way, you didn't pay me for last year. So it costs every single time they do it. And so this is a season's worth of plowing. Because it's, as you know, the driveway to my house is not short. But they can clear it out with their trucks in like 5 minutes. So it's a good amount of money for them. It's all about glycogen or something. Talking about the driveway. See, I had to bring up the driveway again. You know, every time I take my garbage cans out there, it's always a little workout. But I usually do it at night so I don't have to worry about my dog or my neighbor's dogs coming after me. And I'll go do that. But Max, that feral cat who's on my drive or my front porch now, sleeping in his he's got a little heated bungalow now. Let me tell you, he's got it made. He came to the right house to kind of set up shop. It is a small house. It's about, I don't know, about 1.5, it's about maybe 2 feet wide, maybe 1.5 feet tall, but it's got little legs. So it's up off the ground, and the air can flow underneath it. It has a little side door over here and a front door, and it has a sloped roof. So any rain or anything falls off it. But I put a heated mat in there, and it's this big blue mat that covers the whole floor, and it goes out and it plugs in, and it's super soft. I finally got him to go into it. So now that it's gotten colder, he just loves living in it. And so I'll come out, and instead of him being frantic, like, where's my food? He'll stick his head out and be like, round? And I'll go over, give him food, and he's like, oh, okay, I'll languidly go get my food, and then he'll go back in and just go snooze in his little heated apartment. But when I go take the garbage out, he is like a puppy dog. He goes the whole way with me, all the way out, tries to lay down in front of me, so I almost run him over like 15 times trying to get out there. And he does the same thing when I'm walking back. So every day or every week where I have to take the garbage out, it's always an ordeal with him because he just wants to flop in my path and get petted, and then he flops in my path again. One of these days, I'm just going to roll the garbage can over him, and he's going to be so mad at me. What's the man? Well, it won't be after I pay that guy. I've been sitting in my truck putting off walking inside for 15 minutes. All right, boss. Have a good workout. You need to go into the plowing business. Both of them. I've seen that movie. I think. Okay, I haven't, but I'm assuming there's a movie like that. How's he going to get through his workout without having had pre-workout? How's he going to make it? We're going to change this section. This section covers the major sovereign states across the Godlands, from isolated giant crops to major kingdoms and everything in between. Includes the common name of the place, its capital, largest city, form of government, dialects, predominant religion, and the demonym that people use when referring to those who live in or hail from there. Following that header is an overview of the state, its history, I'll go with a short history. I was going to say abridged, but we'll just say short. Especially during the God Killer War. We'll change that to this. It's kind of fun when I found out about the M-dash and how publishers and literary agents and people, some people like it, some people don't, but there's a very specific way to do an M-dash. So instead of putting one dash in a sentence to like pop something out and say like a short history, especially during the God Killer War, you could do it in parentheses, you could do it with an M dash. You put 2 dashes, you hit enter, and it puts those 2 dashes and boop, puts them into one, and then you backspace. Now you can change that where you put 2 of them together. It actually creates the M dash for you. I think there's an option of Word, but I have it set to do this because it's a very specific thing that publishers want in a manuscript, so I learned how to do it and set it up right. Good day for humanity. It was more than a day. Went on for a long time. But it did end finally. And the gods left the planet proper, the material plane where people are at, and went back to their lacunae, their little places out of place, their liminal areas, because they realized that living amongst the mortals was dangerous to them and the mortals. Cats are playing with their thing. I got them some of those little plastic balls with the holes in it with the little bell, and they've been just running back and forth. But I also gave them a couple of these. Those little pizza table things that I had in the drawer, because I'll just wash these off and throw them in there. They go crazy for these things as a toy. Cheapest cat toy besides a hairband, and they love them. That's what you got killed, or how it fits in the goblin's current climate. Okay. Oh yeah, they're running like mad. The one cat that's a little newer in the house, the little cat that I call Cricket, because she's got a very crickety meow, and she kind of trills and always wants to talk to me, and she talks loud enough to or with her mouth wide enough that it looks like she's screaming at me. She has gotten into just running around chasing other cats now, playing, and she is so stupidly loud when she does it because she's kind of clumsy. She's a fun cat though. I don't know. I think they love the fact that they can pull on them and carry them around. They're squishy, they're smushy. Maybe it's, I don't know. They love them for whatever reason. They don't love the scrunchies as much as the little rubber bands. Because when my friend was staying here, she had scrunchies, and the cats would occasionally get a hold of them and be like, oh, these are fun, but they love the little rubber band ones more. And, but yeah, the bread ties are really good, but these things have the three-dimensionality, and they're tough enough that they can pick it up in their little mouth and walk around with it like this, and crack on it and crunch on it. They love it. Though I did give the cats one of these plastic knives that I had because I was using them to stir my coffee, and I was like, oh, I have an extra plastic knife, and I handed one of them to one of the cats, and she's just like, and ran off with it. It's like she literally just ran off with the knife in her mouth. I was like, oh great, she's gonna go murder somebody. Never saw it again either. I don't know where it went. So if I put one of these here, so I have a few more things to do in some of these other these areas, but I do have a couple of new areas I also need to add. And one is the lizard folk area. And I think I'm stealing one of the names that Erudi and I were talking about with it. One of the names that we had for a different area. I told him I was going to steal it. We'll see if he says absolutely not. All right, where was I? Oh, this is Vulcan. All right, these are the gods. Oh, this is a religion section. Wait. Got to get out of that section. That's faith and religion. Concordia. Giant crofts. Okay, we got to move a few things around here. So these are notable landmarks. That's Concordia. Did I not have an... Oh, I don't have an entry for this one. Okay, well, this will be good. I could have sworn I'd added one of these before. I guess not. All right, and we're gonna take this and throw it in here because we need to name this place as well. Boop, 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 boop. She buried the knife. It was evidence. It's possible. Erudi should hire me. I'm good at yelling at him. I don't think that's how hiring people works. Well, at least not when I hire people. What would you call the type of government that a pirate den or a warlord would have? More along the lines like a pirate den. I mean, it could be technically a kingdom because it's a pirate leader. That's how Chris and Sevi got the job. Well, yeah, but see, I'm not a rude eye, so I don't do that. But also, they're girls. So, Dragon Noodle Soup, unless you've been hiding something, I think maybe there's something playing against your favor for that. Does that make sense? Not playing in your favor? I don't know if there's a vote. They're just a pirate. No, this is not a pirate votey thing, and it's, I mean, it's kind of the person with the gold makes the rules. So I mean, it's hard. I mean, you could consider it an oligarchy. You could consider it a. Well, could you actually consider it that? Let me check one thing. I don't think. Well, it could be a plutocracy, but could it be a? What would you call this? I have a list of government types. I just need to find it again because I was trying to find it. Was it a? I think it was a confederacy. Where is it here? Let's see here. Let me find my other page. Okay. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's technically an authoritarian state, but it's not. All right. Nope. It's only one state. It wasn't the Confederation. They are part of the Confederation. Nope. And it's also not that. I mean, it's pretty much a dictatorship. How about a kakistocracy? Government run by the worst, least qualified, or most unscrupulous citizens. I kind of like that. Yeah, it's not going to work with that one. Okay. Are you saying Erudi has some weird fetish for being yelled at? I don't think he has a fetish for being yelled at. I just think he happens to attract people who have strong opinions and are not afraid to tell him. A narco-capitalist oligarchy. Yeah, the Confederacy is a group of different city-states. There's kind of a loose one that I'm working on that has a bunch of different warlords and pirate people. It might make its way into, if we do an adventure for the Umbral Atoll, that would be where that Confederation would come in. That's just government in general. With Bob's. I think we're gonna... go with this. We are gonna put... that. Still has to function in order to be a society. Yeah, they function in this sense because they're all criminals working together to keep themselves safe from pirate hunters and other people. But like anything, the place I'm putting here, this is the place that's called Concordia. That was what Erudi wanted to put in. It's an abandoned city-state. There was a colony that tried to establish itself with incredibly overwhelming funding from all these hopeful investors who were like, we are going to set the new standard. We're tired of all these people out here. We're going to invest our money. You're going to build the new standard. We're going to set out. You're going to build the colony. It'll be the perfect city-state, and it's going to be amazing. You're going to have the best laws. You're going to do all the cool stuff, and they just threw money at them. The people in charge were so venomous and hateful to their neighbors that the colony soon fell into disarray and ruin. Its site is now home to vile pirates, cutthroats, and other miscreants. This may have been proposed at the time when a certain game came out that didn't do well. But the Concord Pirate Company sails from here. And the fun thing about these guys, the Concord Pirate Company sails from here, but they have a habit of failed raids and spectacularly bad luck. No one knows how they survive to pillage year after year. Their leader is a blue-haired gnome. She's quite insane, but she's very manipulative and very good at getting people to do what she wants. Skull and Binds. I don't know. I kind of like Skull and Binds better than Bones. All right. I want to put under their major conflict, I want to be tongue-in-cheek and say their major conflict is with pirate hunters, but also their own ineptitude. But, nah, that's too silly. All right. Skull and Brine. You know, Dragon Noodle Soup. I was saying this in my head. I just put down a note here that they need something. What you were saying, the Skull and Binds. I'm like, a skull and something that's got to work. We can work this into the name of their tavern. I think the Skull and Brine is going to be the name of that tavern. And it possibly won't even be a tavern. I'm not sure what it's going to be. It's going to be something. It could be a trading post. It could be a large merchant ship that's anchored that everyone can go to. I think it's going to be like a One-Eyed Willy kind of ship that's never going to sail again. It's reefed, but it's a location people can go to. Wait, why did my formatting just mess up here? What the heck? I broke my own formatting. Okay. Because originally, when I had this first note, it was the slippery rock, because the well, there's a very good reason it's called the slippery rock, because there's a lot of very specific things out in this area that have worn these rocks and things down and turned them into something. But I think I'm going to move that somewhere else, because that involves those other creatures, not the moonfish, but the other creatures I have over here, that I think this is going to be a better venue to put right out there. And it has nothing to do with an aboleth. Nope. Oh, whiskey house. Yeah, that's why I love having people here, Dragon Noodle Soup, because people will say, Michaela was in here talking about her, the Chuck Norris drink that she drank, and now I made an NPC in one of the places that, I mean, technically it's just an NPC, a throwaway NPC, but it's a person who makes that drink for people, and it's going to feature into that, the Medenford Maiden, it's going to feature into that place. And people will just throw things at me, like I've got Kaio as an ogre somewhere, because I stole his meme making ability. It's fun times. They're not mythic NPCs, but they're fun. And all right. I want to get one more. Well, I'm going to move this around because there's a different area where this is going to have to be on the map. I'm not going to call out where it is on the map right now, only because I might be moving it farther up the coast. But there's two things near this place that are kind of important for commerce coming around. Let me go back to the map here, because originally I had this over here, but this area down here is where Concordia is supposed to be, because it's along this whole coast. But I'm trying to decide now if it should be farther up. I think I'm going to leave it alone for now. It's going to be over there in this area. Yeah. Because I need to find a place that's out of the way enough that it's not going to get in any kind of way. That's why I was doing the end of this peninsula out here, because this is so very, very isolated. And it's getting into the deeper part of the ocean areas. It's far enough from Agrium that it's not going to be on their normal trade routes, because they don't go up to Thalassia. They basically come out of here and go around. They don't even usually go to Porta Castra anymore. Da, 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 da. Respect the dinosaur. A damn chrysanth bird. JT, you're forgetting about up here, right here, maybe the Thunderaxe clan having their entire fort on the backside of the mountain in Caldmont that basically fights the orc nomads, the insane bastards that they are. In fact, one of the named characters that is a legendary class, the rogue class guy, he visited this place, and part of his story takes place here. And the Thunderaxe clan loved him because he's almost as reckless as they are, until he accidentally did something that caused a part of their fortress to get damaged severely. Then they were a little less excited about having him around. There's a limit to their insanity and their battle lust. Shh, I'm greedy. Ah, nice. What games did I work on? You mean in general? Here, let's take a break. All right. All right, you're in for it now, Dragon Noodle Soup. You did it. You asked the question. All right, these will not be in order because I can't do them in order. Let's see. Oh yeah, these aren't even remotely in order. So you're in for things. Oops, I gotta move my cursor around here. I get a plaque for every game I work on. Oh, and I just hit my Roadcaster. So if you hear any weird sounds, it's because I hit my Roadcaster, and I don't know if I pushed any buttons. Well, if I'm not broadcasting anymore, you'll know why. So, Warzone. That's Season 2 one. Warzone Pacific. The original Modern Warfare 3. Not the recent one. Wolfenstein. X-Men Origins Wolverine. I was the lead design on... I'm the lead design on a lot of things, but I like these ones the most. Star Wars Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast. I worked on Hexen 2. I worked on Mage Slayer. I was the lead on Star Wars Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Academy. I was the lead on Star Trek Voyager Elite Force. Worked on Take No Prisoners. The other collections, we have plaques for all the collections and maps we did for Modern Warfare 3. Black Ops Annihilation Pack, Black Ops Resurrection Pack, Black Ops First Strike, Black Ops, Advanced Warfare, and Exo Zombies specifically. I'm going to close or move that down so I don't hit it. Call of Duty Ghosts, Black Ops 3 DLC, the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the more recent one, Black Ops 6, which just came out. Grab a few more. Original Warzone. Let's see, Modern Warfare 3. Again, because we have a few different versions. Warzone 2.0. All right, I was the lead on Star Trek Voyager Elite Force expansion pack. Let's see, Heretic 2. Necrodome. Modern Warfare 3 Collection 4. These are in such good order. Cats knocked them over once. I'm about halfway through. Black Ops Escalation. Singularity. Quake 4. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Black Ops 3 for Call of Duty. Infinite Warfare for Call of Duty. Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Oop, and the Velcro stuck. Let's see. Black Ops 4. I think Black Ops 4 is the one where Treyarch gave me one of the... is that Black Ops 3 or 4? They loved the... I helped them out a lot, and so they gave me a custom PlayStation that was with the Black Ops logo and stuff on it. What is this? Modern Warfare 3 Collection 1. Black Ops 2 Zombies. We're almost there. The DLC pack for Advanced Warfare. The Call of Duty Online, which was our Call of Duty that was in China for the overseas audience. Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered. And then one more for the original launch of Verdansk for Call of Duty Warzone. And we'll go with that. There's a few more projects in there that I helped on, but I didn't put my name down as like a person who worked on it would get credit. All right, I got to get all these back on their shelf now without dropping them. This is going to be fun. I've been doing this for a couple years. All right. What did I move this? What did I just knock aside here? There we go. There we go. Now they're back on the shelf. Anyway. Yep. I work on a lot of games. I've been all over the damn place. The stack. Exactly, JT. Yeah, I used to do factory work. I worked in a place that put together gutters and gutter packages for, people to take to work sites. So that was exciting. Yep, those are all games that I've worked on, R. Kelly. Need to get a PS5. Figured the price would go down with the Pro, but I guess not. Yeah, weirdly enough. Ooh, boy, you know, I probably do have a copy of Wolverine sitting somewhere. I don't know. Yeah, they can make money. I mean, it's what the market can bear. I guess the market bears it. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. And one of these days, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna play through Jedi Academy again, because I did a playthrough a while back of not Elite Force, but of Jedi Outcast, and that was fun. But some of my videos got nuked, I think. I don't know if I deleted them accidentally out of my YouTube channel. I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did. But I've got to say, it was kind of fun going back and playing it, but it was also kind of amazing because it was a long time ago, and I couldn't even remember how to do some of the puzzles we set up. Like, what did we do? All right, and okay, we're gonna go into the next place. So Ashvara, maybe using that name, we'll see. We'll go with Elven Border. Raids into Kiru. Protest Snowy! Don't protest Snowy! Poor Snowy. I think Legend Seeker is going to be fun. It's going to be cool when we get everything worked out. You know, the kinks worked out of it, and we get all the stuff going. The thing that I have the most fun with is so many people have really strong opinions on how they run their game, how they want like information presented, how they want game systems presented, that it really gives you a lot of options to work with when you're planning things out. And I know Erudi is really good at writing systems out and planning and doing all that. What my difficulty is always, whenever I do anything facing a populace that has really varied opinions, kind of like video games, you give them the core, and then you give them the extras, and then you give them a few extras, and then they can take the solid core and do whatever they want with it. And they can ignore the extras, they can incorporate the extras. Sometimes the extras become the really pivotal thing, but people are free to, like any product, they're free to ignore what they want. They're free to enjoy what they want, and they'll take the parts that they like and they will leave the rest on the cutting room floor. So presenting things in a way that gives you a solid idea of location, the friction between other like city states and what we're talking about, the sovereign states, and how they deal with each other is the core of what you're going to need. How you do that in your game, really up to you. We'll go with that. I got kitty cat fur. How did I get cat fur all of a sudden just showing up? Oh, the furnace turned on. I must have blown something from somewhere. I don't know where that came from, but there's a little floof of cat fur on my keyboard here now. Thanks, guys. Needs lots of work, in your opinion? Mechanics oversetting? Yeah, and the thing is, some people love the mechanics. I like mechanics in games, but when I run a game, I worry so much less about how things mechanically work because I know they will just work and we'll find a way to work them out. I'm all about the story and people and the conflicts and the horrible things that they're going to do to the NPCs, and the NPCs will do to them. So as long as I'm applying things fairly to everyone, I'm much less worried about internal mechanics. But what I'd like to do with the setting is, like I said, give really axiomatic, or not really dogmatic, but very specific things. Like, this is a law about these people. This is a rule. These people, as a rule, do this. Then people can take from that what they want. And say, okay, here we go. I like that a lot. Ba-ba-ba. Which is why I still have people, you know, talking to me like decades later about campaigns and games we played. And they're like, you know, I would love to play these characters again from whatever. I was like, that was 1998. They're like, yeah, but. Was this a meritocracy? I don't know if I want to call that a meritocracy or not. It could be. I'm gonna look this one up here and see. I think this was coined a long time ago. Yeah. Huh. I kind of want to go back into the Concordia. It's gonna not. I think it's gonna not be an oligarchy. I think we're gonna go back to the Kakistocracy, ruled by the worst people in the society, because they're a bunch of bloody pirates. I like it. I like making up weird builds. You know, some of the people in my Thursday night game with Erudi. Woof. I have like 6 cats. I have more than that. I have more cats. I have in the house and outside the house, including the little buddy who's on my front porch. There are 12 cats, because he's a feral cat who came to live here. 6, technically 7 of the cats are indoor outdoor, but they, you know, except in winter, they have like the 3 acres to just wander wherever they want in the woods and stuff. They just go wherever they want. The other ones kind of just hang out inside or on the porches and stuff. They'll come in the basement, because I have a basement, first floor, second floor, and then all the land. So they'll just wander. They'll go do what they want. And occasionally at night, when they all come in to hang out and eat food and stuff, they'll be like, actually, it's rare that they're all in the house ever at the same time. But when they get playing, it gets a little loud. Then you'll hear them running around. Crazy cat gentleman, exactly. Merito tyranny. That's why the Pharisees hate you. There you go. Yeah, they're a lot of fun. A few of the cats, you know, have found homes, but then people have moved and brought the cats back to me, unfortunately. A few of the other cats had kittens, and we gave them all away. But I still have the original feral cat who showed up and gave me the current cats that I have that are from her. And then the other feral cats that I found, like the one on the front porch, and Bucky, the little girl cat who I rescued from the bushes when she was this big. I took her to the vet in my stocking cap because she needed something warm to be in, so I put her in my, it's not really, it was like a longshoreman hat, and so she was wrapped in a little fleece cloth inside that because I couldn't find any way to hold on to her properly because she was just a little potato of a kitten. But she lived. We're gonna call this oligarchy. Thanks for the cat pictures there, JT. That's nice. Nice. Let's see. Outside of extreme rare exceptions, I can't stand people that abandon or give back pets when they move, adopt a pet for your life. Yeah, it's really frustrating. Very, very frustrating. And the saddest thing ever was that I gave a couple 2 cats. I don't remember what their name. One was named Maple, and I can't remember the other's name now because it's been years. What was her name? I can't remember what her name was, but because they changed the name, and now all I can think of is the name they gave it. They got these little cats. They're little black and white, or kind of black and calico, little twin girl cats, and they just fell in love with them. They wanted them both, and they took them. I was like, great. They had them, and they were giving me, check-ins like every week or two just to let me know. And then a few months passed, and I sent them back a message. I said, hey, how are the girls doing? And they said, oh, well, Maple is doing great. I said, oh, okay. Well, what about, and I can't remember what the other cat's name was. It started with an R, but I can't remember what it was. I think it was like named Rachel or something they called it. But then they gave them like anime names. And they said, oh, I thought we told you. We put her to sleep. And I was just stunned. I was like, she was like 6 months old. They're like, yeah, the vet told us that she had a heart murmur and that it was going to be really expensive to deal with and take care of it. And so we just made the decision to put her to sleep. And I just said, wow, you could have given her back to me. I would have taken care of her. If they needed a surgery, if she needed anything, I would have taken care of it. Why? Why did you do that? Like, well, she was our cat and we decided to do that. And I said, yeah, she's your cat, but it just feels weird that you didn't want to say anything and you didn't even bother telling me. And then she and her girlfriend or whatever broke up, and then they got in a big, huge fight about who got that cat. And it blew up into some other places and stuff. It was crazy. I think they were both a little nuts. So I'm very careful when I give a cat to a person. Because, and I've told the other people I've given a cat, I said literally to them, I said, if you are going to leave, let me know. If you can't move with the cat, I'll take it back. If the cat is sick, you let me know and give me first chance to take the cat back before you do anything rash. So... and that's how I ended up with one of the cats back. And that's how I ended up with Cricket. Even though she wasn't my cat originally. These people had to move and they said, so we want to keep the cat that you gave us, but we got this other kitten. I said, bring her over. And she's an adorable kitten. And I have somebody who wants her, but they're moving into a new place and they won't be able to take her until spring. So... at least this way I can make sure that they're stable human beings. Yeah, it was pretty bad. It was bad. And yet there's more. You're going to get your Subtornus? Wait, what? Never trust it. Oh. Hey, JT, you have a turtle, right? Or wait. No, Cricket will not come downstairs. I opened the door to see if she wanted to come down. Pearl was there, and Ian was there, and they're like, we want to come downstairs. I'm like, no, I don't want you guys downstairs because you'll just wander around and make noise. And Cricket went and did the cat thing, like at the top of the stairs. I'm like, okay, you're not coming down. I'm not going to move you. And then the next time I came up there, she really wanted to go down, so I took her and set her on the first step, and she immediately put her paws there and just went, nope, and ran upstairs. So I'd love to have her on camera. She's a goofy cat. Same thing with Bucky. She used to live down here with me. Now she just doesn't want to go in the basement. Let's let's see here. This is not the other language. We'll just call it the lizard folk tongue, whatever that is. And they would probably worship Zirath. All right, there we go. Boop, we'll put that out there. Boop, 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 boop. Diamondback terrapin. Uh-oh, more pics. There's a lot of stacked cats there. The other night, I had 40 pounds of cat on my lap because Calvino laid down and was happy, and then Wolfie decided he wanted to jump up and snuggle in and sat on top of Calvino halfway and just laid there like, this is perfect. Needless to say, my legs fell asleep. Okay, good. No pedestrian slider. I don't know what that means. Literal Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Paid a lot of damn money for the turtle. Really? Hey, JJJ Jr. I found a turtle once when I was little, and we put it in a little aquarium that we had. And it was totally happy and fine for a while, but then it was just kind of acting listless. So we put it out in a thing in the yard to let it go, and then it started getting bigger, and then it got happy. And one day we just took it down to the little river next to us and hung out with it to see if it would take off. And it was suddenly just like, oh hey, a river, and it was just happy. It just went boop and took off. So we only had it for probably 3 months, like during the summer. I also had a pet bird once. Not like you think. Not a colorful little bird or whatever. It was like a barn swallow, basically. Just a little bird. We were over taking care of our gardens. Because we used to grow like acres of food because we had no money. And my mom had 4 boys. So free labor during the growing season. So we would have massive gardens, like acres of gardens, and we got some garden land across the river from where we lived in Iowa, over in Wisconsin and Prairie du Chien, and we'd go over there to water the plants because it was, summer. We had to keep them watered, so we would just get water and take the big tank over there, and we'd water the stuff and weed everything. And it was in an area that this guy owned that just had garden plots he would just sell to people, and we'd go over there and do that. And this one day we're over there watering, and I'm filling up a bucket, and this bird flies over and kind of flops and just plunk right into the water bucket. And I'm like, what the hell? And I just like fish the thing out, and it's fluttering around. It's this little tiny bird, and I'm just like, okay, bird, go. Get off my hand, go. It's like hanging out with his little claws. I'm like, okay. Like, put it on my shoulder, and it just hung out there. And for the rest of the day, it just hung out with me. It'd fly away, it'd come back, fly, and land on my shoulder. And then at the end of the day, when we were done doing all the stuff over there, we're going back home. My mom's like, get rid of the bird. I was like, I can't. I couldn't get it off of me. So it rode in the truck all the way home. And I'm sitting outside in town, little tiny town. It had 300 people in it. And one of the girls from my class rode by, and she told her dad to stop. And she's like, why do you have a bird on your shoulder? I said, he won't leave me alone. And then, of course, instead of that being like, oh, he's got bird. There's a bird that's sitting on his shoulder. That's so cool. Next day at school, people are like, you're an idiot. You got bird sitting on you. And they're like calling me a scarecrow and stuff. I'm like, doesn't even make sense. But I had that bird for weeks before it finally decided, oh, I can fly away now. And so it took off. It was fun, though. I got to mash up worms for it and stuff. Woohoo! I'm sure I'm not a Disney princess. Well... grandfather ran over a turtle with his lawnmower. Got to keep it for a few years. Wow! 2 cats, 40 pounds. Yes. Calvino is 22 pounds, and Wolfie is around 20. They're big. Like, I put some pictures of Calvino up in the chat. His... Like, my thumb's this big. His paw and his arms are wider than my thumb, and his paw is like this big. He's not a Maine Coon, but he's just this big panther of a cat. And he's a monster. His brother is about, I think the last time I weighed him, he was 9 pounds, but he's probably a little less now, because he goes up and down like a pound or so through the year. So he's about half size. Stop growing them to monstrous size. I can't help it. A few levels in Druid. There we go. Bonk. Yeah, I'm gonna give you a wave over there in the Legend Seeker chat. Okay, bonk. I'll give a B over in Kick. All right, I'm working on this. While we're talking about animals and stuff, I'm working on this new area here. Religion would be Zerath. All right, and what was I calling that place? Okay. Okay, we're gonna come up with a better name for this place, but right now it's called Far Home because they're far from their home. We'll say semi-permanent. Do you know what is a group of lizards called? Does anybody know off the top of their head? And we've got a flock of seagulls, got a murder of crows, an exultation of larks. What is a group of lizards called? Couldn't name while he feeds them. The best money can buy. Congress. Clutch. A clutch is kind of fun. I do like Congress. Is something... I thought there was a thing like snakes or something. Is there something called a slither? I can't remember. Let's see. Apes are a shrewdness of apes, a seat of badgers, colony of bats, a cloud in flight, a sloth of bears, or a sleuth of bears. My speech impediment's killing me there when it comes to the S's. A train, a scorn of camels. Wow. A bloat of hippopotami. A harus, or a team of horses. A cackle of hyenas. Okay, that's a good one. A prowl of leopards. A movement of moles, or a company or a labor of moles. Otters, oxen, pig, porcupine, rabbits, rhinoceros, skunk, squirrel, tiger, whales, wolves. This one doesn't specifically have a lizard, but a lounge of lizard. Oh my god. A lounge of lizards. Oh my gosh. It's a cluster of AI. A raft of otters is when they're floating together. A prickle of porcupines? Some of these I don't believe, but this is from something called yourdictionary.com. A dray of squirrels, or a scurry of squirrels. An ambush of tigers. A dazzle of zebras. Okay. Yeah, it does say lounge, which is just weird. But I see why they do it. Okay, let's go here real quickly. Go to Encyclopedia Britannica. Vertebrates, highly evolved animals, was two other subphyla. Tunicates and cephalochordates. Okay. Cephalochordata. Hemichordata. Tail extensive of nerve cord. Okay. Okay, there we go. A dazzle of manizzle. A bowl of noodle soups. Wait. White girls with a white claw? Lizards are white girls at Starbucks. Uh-huh. Okay, I'm trying to remember. What is White Claw? Is that the vodka drinks? Or is this a seltzer type drink? I can't remember. There's a couple of people I know who drink it all the time, but I don't remember what it is. Hard seltzer. Okay. Got it. Huh. I cannot believe the collective noun for lizards is lounge. Well, look what we've learned today. It's not good. Okay. I know nothing about it. So, as you can tell. What do I know? I drink coffee with hot sauce in it. Wow, I can spell. I almost got half of that word right. There we go. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot the name of this. I'm going to have to ask Erudi. You know, I can just go look it up. I don't want to bug him. Let me go look it up. Let me find it here. It's in the lore preview, or no, it's in the lore creatures. There we go. Where were we at? Okay, here we go. Oh, I was off by one letter. That's a really long sentence I wrote. Anyway, let's see. Put salt and cookies. Yeah. Gotta go up a little bit. Let's go up here. All right, it's not good. Good. Ain't no laws when you're cracking claws. Red pepper flakes in my coffee. Yeah, red pepper flakes is really good in coffee. I have little crushed red pepper flake packets right here for that express purpose. When I get a pizza, I always order those so I can have them for coffee. Salt is okay. I don't put it in the coffee grounds. I put it literally in the coffee. I did the other day though, just to try it out. I put clean eggshells. You know, you crack an egg and you get the eggshells out. You clean out the inside and throw the eggshells into the coffee grounds. You just break them up a little bit. It made the coffee a little less maybe acidic tasting or whatever. I thought, because I've had it before, I thought maybe I need to put more in, because I put a lot in this time, like a lot of eggshells. It didn't really make a whole lot of difference. Didn't make it a whole lot smoother, so meh. But JT, so you're happy I have a new bottle of Cholula over here too. Cholula. Why is it complaining about the word mountainous? Oh, it's not. Okay. There we go. I worked it out. Find it funny that Frost Wizard likes hot sauce in his coffee. I'm my own sort of crazy. There we go. Chipotle just ran out. You know, when I got groceries the other day, I ordered a bottle of Tabasco, Chipotle Tabasco, and they didn't have it. The guy, instead of asking me, replaced it with a bottle of Cholula. I'm like, you know, they do have Cholula Chipotle. Could have gone for the same flavor at least. Oh well. I'll live. I'll be okay. I'll make it. Only get them when they're buy one, get one. Yeah, I got, I don't know what it was. I had a coupon or something for the other thing, so I didn't get to use the coupon on that either because it wasn't Tabasco. So, meh. Whatever. Alright, so there's some info on the lizard folk there. So what I'm writing up, the lizard folk used to be in, a lot of them used to be centered in the Soul Spires, this area of the Soul Spires, because it's all these cool, rocky everything in here, but it was very wet because the water would come down, it would settle in here, and it couldn't drain out to the ocean because of all the mountainous area. So it was this bowl of just, there was volcanic activity, there were hot springs, it was like steamy, it was, you know, all the cool stuff you could expect from it. It didn't have as much overgrowth as like a swampy place, but it was perfect for the lizard folk because it had enough. It had what they needed for the heat and everything, and it was, you know, they spread out and they did whatever they did. When the war came and that place got just absolutely devastated from Grix trying to get through and fight off that direction and trying to deal with the elves, they got pushed out. So now they headed down the coast. They went into Kiru, but fought the barbarians, and the barbarians forced them out. But now they're down here in the jungle of Xanath, where all the crazy magical experiments were done by wizards in the past. So this area down here, and a little bit over here, but mostly over here, is just, that's where the velociraptors and things are. You don't want to go down there. But the lizard folk set off all over the place. Some of them set across the Umbral Sea to try to get to the Umbral Atoll. They're on little islands and places out here. They moved up the coast to other swampy areas. But this area here, they're close to their old homeland. They're near the coast. They can skirt around. They can get to the ocean and everything still. They have conflicts with the elves a lot, but they can still head off down into Kiru and other places if they need to, and they have access to the sea. They are semi-nomadic. They travel all around this area, back and forth and around. They even go into the Soul Spires to, you know, go to their ancestral homeland places. But they have a semi-permanent city out here in the shadow of the mountains. But that's what I'm working on right now, because they're very barbaric, and they clash with the Kiru, the people of Kiru, the Kyrians, a lot, which is great for both of them because they love fighting. The war caused all kinds of problems. Sexy anime lizard girls? Ugh, don't get me started on anime. Don't get me started on anime. I don't know a lot of the specifics right now, Dragon Noodle Soup. I would have to get more info from Erudi on him. I'm working on the backstory of one. It's going to be the iconic barbarian character. He is going to be, I think it's a he. Are we doing a he? I will check. I don't remember if it's a male or a female. But the barbarian is going to be the legendary character. Or the lizard folk is going to be the barbarian legendary character's race. So these people are here. They have their place called Far Home. From their language, it just means that, you know, they're home from far away there. And Okay, I can space that out. And they're still looking for what they believe is their ancestral place where they originally came from, and that is what they believe that the Tower of Kordata is, and it's technically the Umbral Atoll. So they will also be on the Umbral Atoll. There'll be a slightly different version. They have a few different tribes there, and I'm going to work on the tribes here, but I think I gave them... Actually, did I put this stuff? Oh, I don't think I put this stuff in here. I think it's in the other document. Let me look here quickly. Because I have... That's Mordecai's Throne, Sapphire Sands. Okay, I have a lot of notes. This is only a 75-page document of notes. That's all. Just 75 simple little pages of notes on these parts of the world. All right, so this is the Purgatorium. All right, so... And... Okay. Yeah, they have a few tribes here. Now, originally these were going to be human tribes, but I think these might actually be the lizard folk tribes. So we'll see. I mean, this is all future stuff for adventures, and I want to do a whole adventure on the Umbral Atoll if we can get everything else figured out, and I can convince Erudi that'd be a great location. I think it could be a hell of a lot of fun. It would be an entire whole campaign setting in and of itself for just a massive adventure from like low level to high level, or mid level to high level, or even just high level, depending on how you do it. But because this is where we came up with tons of stuff. I mean, we brainstormed, and I took so many notes when we were brainstorming in those early sessions. I think I have 14 pages of literal just bullet point notes just on this island. All right, so yeah, these had the Ash tribe, the Spider tribe, the Snake tribe, and the Dino tribe, which were the Psychic Link Dino Riders. Could you imagine anything more frightening than a barbarian lizard folk riding a dinosaur coming after you? Oh dear. Ooh, gorilla nations. Now, see, that's something I didn't really consider, but I think gorilla nations are some kind of ape nations. Oh, actually, wait, no. I think you did bring that, but you did bring it up. Somebody brought it up because we have the primal monkey men that live on the island, and they're at war with everybody. So yes, they are on here. I literally, the next line was, primal monkey men live on the island as well. And they were at war with everyone in caps. They have tribes of their own in the remote, hard-to-reach areas and want to be left alone, but they do need to forage as well, so it brings them into conflict. The main volcano is where the some stuff is that you don't know about until you get later. This is, oh yeah, the fire ants are here too. Oh yeah, this was just hell on earth for jungle stuff. It's so much fun. And the barbarian gods here are like patron creatures. So the patrons of these tribes of, I think they're probably going to be lizard folk barbarians instead of human barbarians. The creatures that they, totemize and worship are like a patron. They're like a demigod. A patron can be any super powerful creature that can grant powers to people because they have amassed so much power themselves. They're not a god, they're not a demigod, but they can be a patron. So the Ash tribe has one. I won't talk about that much more. There's the Spider tribe with the Spider monster goddess. The Snake tribe has their Snake King god. And the Dino tribe has their affinity with their dinos that they ride. Man, see, talking about this, I want to start writing that adventure now. Dang it. You don't like the spider? Well, they'll fight you. They'll fight you. All right, and what is that? big freaking spiders. Primal. Look, it's Erudi. Hello, Erudi. How's it going? I was just looking up something because I couldn't remember where the velociraptors were because I was spelling the name of the jungle of Xanath wrong. I was trying to call it Xanathar. And I was like, I don't think that's right. So I went and looked it up. I was going to ask you. I'm like, I'll just look it up. Like, yep, it doesn't have an R. Because I'm writing the little information bits and bobs on the lizard folk who live in this area between the elves, Solinor, and the Soulspires, where they kind of wander back and forth. But the fact that they also have set sail and found the Umbral Atoll, but they also are down here in the jungles of Xanath, where the velociraptors are. And you can technically find them in little bits and bobs and spots and islands and things here and there. So anywhere there's water and heat and jungly stuff, you'll find some happy-go-lucky lizard folk. He is over in the Legend Seeker YouTube channel, which I think, yeah, Chrysanth up at, if you go up to 6:34 p.m., you can see she put a link to it up there. Broom him. Needs to be a JT Savage Monkey Man. He could be Chief of the Ape Men. Hey, there we go. She put it back in there. Woo! There, I'm just going to throw an emoji over there. So, yeah, I'm playing around with that. Creating a few different bits and pieces because, you know, we've got to have a quasi-home for these little guys. Our happy little dudes. And I was mentioning the Umbral Atoll where I have all those notes written up because there are some barbarian tribes down there, and I think it would be good for them to be the lizard folk barbarian tribes on that atoll. The atoll, however you want to say it. The ash tribe, the spider tribe, the snake tribe, and the dino tribe. Because what's more frightening than having a lizard folk barbarian with a spear or something riding on his psychically linked dino that he controls? Running through a lizard folk barbarian on a velociraptor running through the jungles of the Umbral Atoll at you. That doesn't sound scary. All right. Okay, DMs. Where are we at? What are we doing in DMs? I know you answered my question about the language. All right. Oh, nice. That's kind of fun because I was literally just trying to decide. I was like, and I just asked, I was like, are we going to do a male or a female? Okay. Well, that's a fun one, too. Oof, I like them. You know, the cool thing is, one of those can become the legendary character, and the other two could just be really cool NPCs that could be used, like I was saying, in this this tribe setup here. One of them could be one of the the person controlling this conclave in the lizard folk land. They could be anywhere. Those are cool. I like them. I'm trying to decide which one I like the best, though. I kind of like the first one for the legendary, but I really do like the other two. And the third one would be really cool to have on the atoll, like almost like a, I don't know, like a sign of his patron or something. That would be kind of fun. You are Jeremy. You don't need 1,000 channels. But realistically, a pterodactyl. Pterodactyl would be kind of fun. Yeah, I really like the first one. I really do like the first one. It's got a lot of emotion, and that kind of primal emotion that you can. I think people could really sink their teeth into. But the other two are really good. In fact, the second one jives into the stuff I started writing up for one, but then I stopped because I was like, I don't know if that really fits into what I was thinking when I started, because I did like a 270-degree turn in the middle of writing the stuff. So I'm like, I'll shelve that one. I like it. In his name, I like the name. There's a funny reason I'll tell you at some other point. I won't tell you on the stream here live while I like it. I'll just type it to you. There. It's just, I make associations with names and I run them through my head, because sometimes I make up names and people just pick on them immediately. Sometimes they don't. But sometimes they sound like other words to me, because that's how words and word association and language works. And I get the impression of like, oh, this is blah, 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 blah because of this. I'm like, oh, cool. And then I'll ask somebody else what their first impression is. And if they have a similar one, then I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. Too many channels. Take the best elements of both. John Cena? What? You can't spell. Well, there we go. Dino Riders was an 80s cartoon. I have a quick question. It's not cannibalism if they're lizard people. Wait a second. Does anybody remember from the 80s a show called Jace and the Wheeled Warriors? And I think this is the one I'm thinking of. Is this the one I was thinking of with the... Yeah, I think this is the one. 85. I think it was... It might have been was it a French show? I don't remember. Wow, 65 30-minute episodes. Okay. It was created to support Mattel's Wheeled Warriors toy line. The show had an ongoing plot which was left unresolved. No series finale. Yeah, my brother was addicted to that show. We used to watch it on the little black and white TV he had. It was interesting because I think it was... The bad guys were plants, and they could shoot vines across space and grow things on other planets, and these guys would fight them with their vehicles. They had like saws and stuff, and they would chop the vehicles up, or chop the vines up. but the enemy had like an endless supply of creatures. They just grow more vehicles and creatures and things, as far as I recall. It's pretty crazy. Pirates of Black Water. It didn't have the Triceratops. It was a cannon. No. Yes, lots of saws. Exactly, two's nose. Yep. There was and Silverhawks and stuff like that. I've got to look up something in my document here. Oh, did I only have that in here? No, I had it in here twice. And let me get to the other part here. All right. Okay, cats, you're knocking everything over. Oh, I typed legendary with a U. It's legendaru. No, that's not right. All right. Let's see. 80s retro times channels and old channel and repurpose. This is not new. Yeah, it's funny when you guys were talking about this. I'm like, oh yeah, I should go over and I'm already subscribed to this channel. But when did I subscribe to it? Quite a while ago, I guess. A lot of Legend Seeker content coming up. It's going to kill Moonskull's algorithm. Ah, okay. Yeah. Captain Power. I don't remember. I barely remember Captain Power. Didn't get Silverhawks in my market area. Captain Caveman. Captain Caveman was interesting. Legendarudi. Nice. I like it. All right. So where was I here? Oh, I got to go back to where I was at. Okay. Pass link to Solidar. Wait, where's I here? Faith and religion. Here we go. Right here. So right now, this lizard folk place I did steal the name that we were talking about earlier, just for the document right now, Erudi. So we can change it obviously if we need to. By the way, totally unrelated. I was working on the Concordia place that you'd asked me to put in, and did a little more touching up on it. And I looked up what type of government would work for this place, since it fell, because that was the place that got all the funding for people to make like a utopia, new colony, and then it failed because the people were so horrible and miserable and greedy and everyone hated them. It fell, and now it's home to pirates. And the pirates are the remnants of some of these people and other people, but they're the worst pirates ever. And it's amazing they succeed. I changed the government type to a cacistocracy because I remembered it. It was in my list. And it is, where is it? No, the government run by the worst, least qualified, or most unscrupulous citizens. It was coined in the 17th century. So it's an old term even. There is no word for the government run by the best citizens, and that aristocracy may be the right term, but this is the cacistocracy. So there we go. Concordia is a cacistocracy. The failed and now abandoned city-state. I wouldn't know anything about the 80s. Chrysanth wasn't born yet. Barely remember the late 90s. Me neither. Best line from 1776. One useless man is called a disgrace, two are called law firm, and three or more become a Congress. It's like a lounge of lizards. We did find that too out, Erudi, if you weren't here for that. The name for a group of lizards is a lounge. The collective noun for a group of lizards is a lounge, because they just sit around patiently waiting in a group for prey that they can ambush. Going to be the official LS channel as things grow. Nice. Nice. Wolfman Jack cartoon. I thought, was Wolfman Jack in the cartoon? Because I remember they had the Monster Squad? Is that what it's called? And I thought the Wolfman Jack showed up on like Scooby-Doo or something. But I thought he showed up there too. Not as an actual Wolfman, but I don't remember now. Teen Turbo, Mr. T, Chuck Norris. There's so many good things. Not that creative. She's creative. How many people are going to understand what that is? Well, that's the beauty of the internet. People will just look it up. And that's why I love putting stuff. Like, I never explain things that are explained within a document. Like when I write something, and the people who are good readers will go find out what it is and be like, oh, I'm curious about that word, and they'll look it up. Other people will make an inference and say, oh, I've figured it out. Some people won't get it, and that's fine, because the story will stand on its own. You don't need the deep part. And the fact that this ruler and government of this thing is called the cacistocracy is like, somebody will figure it out. If people don't, then they won't look it up. But then again, that's how I learned so much about government and weapons and politics and like crazy terms and stuff, is because people would put this stuff in with no explanation in like literature, but also in the old D&D stuff. And I'm like, what the hell is a blah, 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 blah? What's a plutocracy? I'd go look it up and be like, oh. Then again, I love doing that, so that's me. Okay, mod me. Boom. At one point, everyone was a mod, everyone but Chrysanth. It was pretty funny. You get a mod. You get a mod. I like it. If it was original Scooby, probably not. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. All men are either Johnny Bravo or Duke Nukem. Okay. Wait, what does Trebuchet come in here? You're just launching people right now? Huh. Alright. What are we doing on time? Oh my gosh, it's time to stop. Okay, I'm sitting here just working away. I just looked over at 6:59. Well, guess what? I haven't hard launched this channel though. Once I have some official content to put, I'll start advertising it more. For now, just building some casual watch hours, which is great. Crazy words. Ah, okay, got it. All right, so this has been Frost, and I have been doing Frost Written, working on the lore for Legend Seeker. We got a whole bunch of stuff written down and a whole bunch of notes and some really cool notes for later. And I've talked myself back into thinking that we have to make an entire campaign setting / big adventure book just for the Umbral Atoll so people can get to fight around a volcano, ancient patron god dinosaur things, spider tribes, snake tribes, ash tribes, lizard folk barbarian charging through the jungle riding dinosaurs. We gotta do it. Yeah, so okay. I think that's a good idea. Erudi, I think that's not a bad idea. I can totally do it. Anyway, yes, I'm going to sign off now. I have 1,001 things going through my head, but I've been Frost with Frost Written, Legend Seeker. Go support us. Come support us. You guys are in the chat. Please leave some likes and some comments in both of the YouTube channels, and I will talk to you guys all a little bit later. Have a great night. I'm going to go check and see if the snow is still going, and we'll see if I'm buried now. And I will talk to you all later.